Hello, this is Rick Stoll, Extension Specialist in Animal Environment at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And today we're going to visit about that nasty three-letter word called mud. That mud may be taking a toll on your cattle, both in terms of performance and just in condition. And it probably doesn't have most feedlot operators in a very good mood. We also know that I've been told in the past, and assuming it's the case now, that when there's a lot of mud around, everything on the operation just gets harder to do. So hoping to give you some ideas that might help get through the situation. There are things that we know help keep cattle high and dry in a feedlot pen, but this is not about woulda, coulda, shoulda. And we do know that even the best designed and laid out feedlots are probably going to have some challenges if the wet, warm, muddy conditions persist. We also know that options for getting through are pretty limited. Feedlot operators are a smart, savvy, experienced group, and if there were cost-effective, really effective for mud resolutions out there, they would have been found already. So this is mainly about bringing up some areas to look at and seeing if you can find something creative on your operation to help get through the situation. First thing to look at that I'll bring up is ponded water and drainage on a pen, and anything we can do to go in there and clear a trench through the swales that are supposed to be draining water, or removing mud dams that might have formed along fence lines, especially at the back of the pen. If we can get in there and do something now before it starts raining again, that can be real helpful. We may have to look at relocating some animals. I know this is a hassle, not something anybody looks forward to doing, especially when it's muddy and wintertime. But if pens are looking rough or getting in a real bad situation, you might want to take a look at our stocking density and see if we have an open pen somewhere or a sacrifice area that maybe we're holding off on using, and this might be the time to use that. Just getting a pen from 200 square foot per head, which might work really well in a normal year, back down to 250 square foot per head can make a big difference. Again, probably would have helped more earlier in the year, but this is not woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's what can you do now. Everybody knows about bedding. Use of bedding benefits in the wintertime. Most of our feedlots don't need to use bedding in a typical winter or a good winter, but this winter it's probably going to be necessary, and it might be necessary at amounts that are not sustainable in a normal year. So the goal here is not to try to soak up all the moisture in the pen. That just makes a big pen of soup. What we want to do is find an area where there is a little higher and maybe there's some footing, maybe it's ankle deep mud at this point, and create a spot, an island in the pen where cattle can get out of the mud and get someplace to rest. You really want that stable base so the bedding just doesn't ooze away, and you want bedding material that's going to have some structure to it. Low quality forage, high stock, a lot of stem. And finally, I just throw out there, if you're in a crisis situation, you can't get to cattle that need to be gotten to, or the cattle can't get to feed, can't get to water, in a bad situation, you may get to the point where you need to bring in some crushed aggregate, limestone, concrete, things like that, larger size material. We're not talking about ideas for resurfacing the pen. This is not that scenario. It's about getting access to cattle that need to get a way to get managed and handled. So with that, hopefully you got some ideas out there that you might be able to think of. For more information, look to beef.unl.edu, and wishing you the best at getting through this scenario. Take care.